Hello, hello, hello. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to, you know what I'm saying? But here we are. My name is SoulDeep. For those of you who don't know me or are watching this or seeing my face for the first time, I'm a musician, songwriter, singer, fashion designer, dabble a lot. Um, but this is one of my very first, maybe my second story time. No, I've never actually done a story time. But as a matter of public service, and because I think it's so interesting, I have decided to do a story time about how I nearly got scammed. Guys, actually I was scammed, but they helped me out. But just before we go any further, this is Bugs. What do I call him? Bugs? Carrot? I don't know. And we're still figuring out a name for this angry guy behind me. If you have any ideas, just drop something in the comments and let me know what you think we should call him. He's called Bugs. Yes, he's half bunny, half carrot. Don't ask me why. This is what it is. And so this is like, these are my support pillows in every sense. So anyway, this is gonna be a story time about how I nearly got scammed. I think it was a week or a couple of weeks ago, over PayPal via Twitter, on PayPal via Twitter. So grab a snack and I'll see you. Whatever. Let's do this. So here we go. So here's what happened. What had happened was, I was scrolling on Twitter as I normally do since it's the holidays. Mind my business on the TL, and I saw a florist talking about how she only had one bouquet of flowers, I think, left for the day, and she just wanted to sell it. And I was thinking, oh, this would be a cute present for someone. Like, I didn't have anyone in mind at the time, but I was like, how much is it? And then so another friend of mine actually entered the chat, well, not the chat, but joined the conversation, and she was like, she'd really love a bunch of flowers. And I was like, perfect, I can just get my friend the flowers and support a Zimbabwean business and buy a gift for a friend, like win-win, right? And so I'm usually like more careful, but I don't know what happened that day, but I then asked if she had PayPal, because that's kind of like one of my only international paying options right now. And we'll get to the scamming part, but I saw a reply that said, yeah, I have PayPal, this is the email address. And then me being, because she was, close to closing of business, close of business, and I was like also, trying to get on with my evening or whatever. So I decided, oh, let me just buy the flowers, and then they can figure out pick up and delivery or whatever. And so what ended up happening was, I immediately copied the email address. I immediately copied the email address, right? And then it goes, I send the money, and like, I already sent the money. Then I texted my friend, like, you can figure out pick up and stuff. And then I think in a space of about 2 minutes, I sent the money, went back, and then to the chat on Twitter and on the timeline, and then I saw the florist had responded again now saying she didn't have a PayPal. So I was like, wait a minute, I already sent money. And she was like, no, I don't have a PayPal. And so we then started going through the chats. Thankfully, sometimes when someone deletes a tweet, I don't know if it happens on you guys' devices, but on my phone sometimes, even if a tweet has been deleted, I can still see it for a few more seconds or minutes until I refresh the conversation. So I could still see that there was that reply, and then I took a screenshot of I'd taken, thankfully, a screenshot of the email address of the conversation with that reply. So then what I hadn't noticed was that the Twitter profile that responded with the PayPal address was slightly different to the one that I had actually been interacting with from the get-go. So the username had they'd added an extra E. I'll just put screenshots of everything as I'm talking, so you understand what exactly I'm talking about. So the name of the florist is Lima Jamuse, and then the quote-unquote florist with the PayPal was Lima Jamuse, but then with a double E at the end. And then I was like, oh, I didn't notice that. My friend actually, Chengeto, shout out to you for saving my life. She actually sent me the screenshots on WhatsApp, like what just happened. I just saw that the username is actually not the same of the florist and the florist who gave me the PayPal. And then that's when it hit me, like, oh snap, I've been scammed. All right, so I start to panic. I couldn't really freeze the payment on PayPal, so I immediately filed a claim on PayPal, like, listen, I didn't get the product, because obviously my florist doesn't have a PayPal, so I don't know where this money's gone, right? And so I filed a claim, but I include screenshots of the conversations and everything. But what happens on PayPal is that you first talk to the seller, whether it's the buyer and the seller conversating. You talk to the seller first, and then you can escalate the issue to PayPal. I didn't know that at the time, so when I was sending the complaint, I didn't know I was actually sending it to the person who I had paid the money to. And then when I had sent, that's when it said, oh, your message has been sent to so and so. And then I was like, oh snap, I've just informed the scammer. I've just told the scammer basically what they did. So now there's no way, absolutely no way I can get my money back, right? So a fun fact that I didn't know, that when you actually lodge a complaint or you open up this matter in PayPal, any matter like a dispute for payments, whatever, they actually hold the money at PayPal. I don't know where. It will be basically in limbo until the issue is sorted out. So but at that point I didn't know that, so I began to panic. There was no direct email for me to, I couldn't find it. Not that it wasn't there, but there was no direct email address. But I think I did send like a help request via their support center, and I wanted to call, but it was like towards the weekend. I think it was a Friday, so their business hours were from a certain time to a certain time. It was Monday to Friday, so the time had already passed. And so I decided I would call the following week, just to follow up and let them know that this is what had happened. Just because I just felt like, because I didn't automatically get like a, you get an automated response, but you don't really get like a personal response to the actual problem. So I felt like maybe, it wouldn't be handled this fast, or this person could be scamming other people while we're at it, right? So I decided I was gonna call the next week. What happened? And then what happened? So it was like a payment of $25. So if I had lost it, it was gonna hurt me, because I'm a student, but it was also just like, it's just $25, maybe I should let it go. But then I realized that if this person does this, even if it was $5 or $1, if this person does this over and over again to different people, that's a lot of money, right? So this person managed to intercept my conversation with the florist at Lima Jamo. So you should follow her. You should order flowers if you're in the Harare CBD, I think. Yeah, I'll put all her information about how you can order flowers at the end of the video, or in my description box. So I'm waiting for a response from PayPal, but I think for the first week, what I got was mainly like automated messages. One saying obviously the payment had gone through, but they held on to it when I filed my claim. So I do know that, so I'm panicking, and I keep trying to see like what I can do, because I couldn't really navigate the support center, like where do I actually go for help with like someone directly. So instead of like sending emails or like trying to chat online, I decided to just do like a phone call to one of their PayPal offices. I think the Shanghai one. So I think it was a few days ago. I'm not really sure about the day. I'll look into my call log and then I'll just write it somewhere in the video. So on that day, I called PayPal. I think it was Shanghai, the Shanghai office, and I spoke to a lady. I think her name is Mary, and I basically narrated the whole sob story to her, and I told her that so since I'm just waiting now, but I feel like what I did was kind of inform the person who's basically stolen my money or scammed me of what they did. And then she was like, don't worry, when you lodge a complaint, we hold all the payments, so it's frozen and it doesn't go through. And so that was a relief to me, because I was already panicking, because I'd heard about buyer protection from PayPal and stuff like that, but I had no idea what it was. I still am yet to actually read completely, read about it in full. So anyway, thankfully, she reassured me that they were looking into it. If the person doesn't respond, I think it was by the 19th of August or something, then PayPal would basically dismiss the matter, and it would be what's going to be, and I'll get my money back. So then she advised me to escalate the issue, so she could either help me or I could do it online. Then she guided me via the website. I escalated the case. So what happens when you escalate a case on PayPal is that you can no longer talk directly to the vendor or the customer, whatever the case may be. And the PayPal will basically be the go-between. So if you decide to settle it yourselves, you basically, over PayPal, you can dispute a matter between you and the seller or the buyer, whatever. But if you feel like it's not going anywhere, you can escalate it there, and then PayPal, they'll do their own investigation, then decide what needs to be done. And so thankfully, I managed to escalate the complaint. Then I guess after that I was just like, okay, let's see, because I didn't know if the person was going to respond, what they're going to say to PayPal. Would the person tell PayPal that I'm the scammer? I was scared. But thankfully, I think it was yesterday when I saw that money had come into my account. So some of it had gone into my card, and then some of it went into my PayPal account. So I'd received my refund, basically before the date that, so that was the last day where the money would automatically come back. So yeah, phew, yay. I was so relieved, but this is just basically goes to show just how elaborate scammers have become, like how intricate like the scamming has gotten. It's no longer just people calling you on the phone, trying to make you pay money for whatever, or emergency this. It's basically like intercepting a conversation, because I don't know why on that particular day my mind was elsewhere, and I didn't notice that the person responding on to my tweet to Lee was not her. because I usually notice like the slightest differences. Like if there's a parody account or someone trying to be someone else, I can usually pick that up within seconds. But on that day, I was so happy and just so like, oh, I'm getting my friends some flowers, wow, you know, I was so excited. Because I've received flowers before and I really enjoyed it, although I've got hay fever and I had to keep them in the living room. But I really just love having flowers in the house, so I really felt like it was going to be a nice gesture and stuff. So I was so disappointed that in the end I couldn't get her flowers because someone decided to be smart. But anyway, it's fine, really, I'm over it and stuff. But yeah, I was so terrified because I really didn't know just how much information of mine this person could have stolen, or how much money they could have gotten out of me because of my own lack of, you know, awareness as to what was happening, and just like general not doing due diligence, you know, because I usually double check people's details before I send money. I usually like ask 2 or 3 times, confirm your email address or confirm your phone number, whatever it is, when I'm sending money or making a payment of any kind. But on this day, something just happened and I was just like, oh, whatever, you know, a routine payment, or, you know, this is just one, it's just it's random, it's just happening, it doesn't matter. But it mattered, sure did. Excuse me, sorry. But I say all this to say, stay safe, you guys. I know a lot of us are like really low on cash. It's a pandemic, and you know, you don't want to lose even a few bucks on due to your lack of, you know, diligence or not really paying attention like I did. I think this whole situation would have been avoided if I just double checked like I usually do, and I didn't. So yeah, always double check before you make any kind of payment to anybody, even if you feel like you've done this a number of times. I know my case is rather strange, and because I've never heard of this happening to anyone else, but I'm sure it has, because this person, the way they changed their handle with the quickness, like after they did this thing, when you would click on the fake profile, it would go to a totally different username or handle rather. And I was so shocked because I was like, how can this person just, you know, I really tried to track this person down. I tried to search for a Facebook using this address. You know, I came across 2 profiles. I didn't know which one was which, but I tried my best to try and find this person. I was actually on the verge of sending that email address like a bait kind of, or a confrontation. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I almost emailed them. But I'm so glad that I went through PayPal, because they really helped me, I think, more than I could have by trying to figure it out on my own or trying to confront this scammer. Because I don't, you know, it could have, I don't think this person just decided to start doing this with me. And that's what's bothering me, and that's the reason why I decided to make this video. Because I feel like everybody needs to know about this, especially if you use PayPal to send money, you know, or to pay for things. Just be really diligent when you do that. Take screenshots. Just, you know, if it's involving money or you're potentially going to give someone money, or just be aware of what you're doing and who you're talking to. And yeah, I'm so grateful for everybody who was like, oh my gosh, what just happened, and people who were like really worried. Thank you so much for that moral support, because I really needed it. I felt really stupid, and I was blaming myself a lot, and I am partially to blame because of my kind of bit of recklessness there. But ultimately, I'm not the one who stole money or was trying to steal money. So thank you guys for that, and thank you to Lee. Please support her business. It's at Lee Majamuse. I will put her handle in the Twitter handle in the description box, and on any captions. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope I can do another story time soon about something else, because I mean, we've all been going through the most in the past couple of years, and I am now no exception to the rule. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you've watched this far and you like this video and you want more content, just follow me on all my social media. It's at SoulDeep Zim on every social media platform, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of them. I'm all up in them. Sorry. Follow me, and yeah, if you want to listen to my music, you can find all my music on iTunes, Deezer, AudioMac, Spotify, everywhere. Even QQ and Netties, wherever you are on this planet, you can stream my music. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day or evening or afternoon wherever you are, and God bless. Bye.
So I stay away from my type, my type. Always messing with my mind, with my mind. I won't let him waste my time, waste my time. Please stop acting like a mind.